The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set.
Go, Breeze.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man? Big four, man. Big four, man. Shout out Big Lotto, man. Shout out the other big, you know. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Look, clickbait. Everything I do keep going viral. Louis on my leather, got my laces throwing spirals. Rappers, they been washed, I got them throwing in the towel. Chirping on them, net them birds dead, just like owl. Know that I'm a star, cause that was Simon said coward. I would never cheat, cause you and I my only vowel. Rappers, they be sweet, they in the patch, I know they sour. Know I put some on, they watch my movements like I'm bow.
The beat go off? Okay. Whoa.
Rip me out the plastic, need my cash and make it flip gymnastic. Drop my tape, then blast it. Got them spazzing, make them trip like acid. IRS, I'm taxing, killing fashion. I'm a drip assassin. Did you think before you tweet? Did you stretch before you reach? Did you check before you creep? Can't buy respect, it ain't that cheap. I gotta eat, ain't break a sweat. Review that chef like I was Keith. We got Van Leaf, that's what I stress. If they suggest, we can't repeat.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Boot. It's your boy Pooh Bell. Got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. What's good, my boy? You on mute too.
What's happening, man?
Hey, I know we came on a little bit early, but after that home run, I was like, hey, we can't hold it no more. Let's go. We gotta go. Joe Bell with the go-ahead home run in the bottom of the eighth. LSU is now up 6-5. Still at bat. I think it's one out right now. So Man, if they could pull this off, man, this will be, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and get this one knocked out. It'll be a big advantage because the loser has to play later on tonight and they'll have to play again. I mean, possibly have to play again tomorrow. Say possibly 2 tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That is true, man. But, man, shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, tuning in tonight. Leslie said, love the title of the show. Appreciate it, Leslie. Appreciate it. And I know we haven't been doing our dad jokes, you know what I'm saying, Leslie, but I got one for you. I tried to explain to our 4-year-old son that it's perfectly normal to accidentally poop your pants, but he still makes fun of me.
I guess you could say ish happens, huh?
Hey, I'm just saying, hey, you know. But man, let's go ahead and get started, man. It's been a long weekend for me. Long. I don't know. They need to get some frequent driver miles or something because I did a whole tour of like the back roads of Mississippi and Alabama. Yeah, crazy.
That sounds like a scary movie.
Listen. I was in some parts of backwoods of Alabama and Mississippi that I drove a little bit faster, and I was like, "Hey, no," but I was like, "I don't want to be caught by police or locals. I'm gonna keep going. Let me get up out of here."
That sounds like the beginning of a Jordan Peele scary movie. I was riding through the backwoods streets, of Alabama and Mississippi.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Hey, the funny part about it, Get Out, where you know what I'm saying, Jordan Peele, you know what I'm saying, really kind of, you know what I'm saying, it was filmed in Fairhope, Alabama. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very interesting.
Turn my flash on for you.
Oh man, but hey man, let's go ahead and get started, man. Before we get started, as always, I want to shout out to our sponsors over at BetOnline. BetOnline.ag. We'll be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey, we back. Man, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Start of the week, or actually, I thought start of last week or the end of last week. Paul Skeens was named your Collegiate Baseball Newspaper's National Player of the Year. Man, congratulations to him. Well deserved. I don't think there's any surprise there. But then you also had Paul Skeens was named an All-American. First team All-American. You had Dylan Cruz was a All-American, and Tommy White was an All-American. So I always wonder though, when these come out, is Trey Morgan getting overlooked, or is it just simply because he doesn't have enough production at the bat?
Yeah, I think it's the home runs and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. I mean, defensively, I don't think. Well, another thing, he didn't play enough first base this year, I don't think, to where he would have definitely made his case there defensively. And so I think when you look at, I mean, he played great defensively in left field as well, but I just think that
it's not the same.
No, it's not. I think the difference in the average guy and Trey Morgan at first, and the difference between the average guy and Trey Morgan in left field is a drastic difference when he's at first.
That's a very big, very good observation. Very good. What you call it? I agree. I was just simply thinking that when out as an outfielder, you have to, you rely more on having to make those dramatic catches, those diving catches to get noticed and to get that recognition.
Yeah. Or you got to be gunning guys down at the plate with your arm. You know what I mean? Like,
or you have to be spectacular at the plate and then do an average plays, saying in the outfield, not average plays, but a little bit above average plays in the outfield. But when he's at first base, and you see him bailing out guys with, bad throws and stuff, and you see that, I mean, pretty much on every play, you have more opportunities. So yeah, I agree. That's probably, but that also goes to show, the team player that Trey is, for him to, be able to switch over and play first or left field, depending on, what's needed.
It shows the athlete he is to be able to go to left field and still be, a great defender out there as well. Almost no drop off from your left field play with him out there or the guy who you had in front of him. Whether it be Beloso or Pearson or whoever it was.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We've got to play. We're trying to figure out. There was a Dylan Cruz made a hit out to center field. They're trying to figure out whether the guy caught the ball or whether he trapped. Oh, the ball popped out. Yep, safe. Mm-hmm. So you've got Jordan Thompson at second, and you've got Dylan Cruz at first with one out. So that's big. That's going to be big.
Yeah, you got the top of the lineup coming up.
Yeah, Dylan Cruz. Yes, you got Tommy White coming up.
Tommy White, yeah,
with runners on first and second, no out,
Trey,
one out.
Trey on deck. Yeah,
actually, no, I'm sorry, it's not one out. It's going to be no outs if this is correct, because they're trying to figure. They're discussing it now, and if they have to go to a review, you review that. You definitely take that challenge. But yeah, hey, let's move on, man. I got another question for you. Something that popped up this week. So in game one against Tulane, everybody had speculation when they were talking about through the week. Thatcher Hurd to be pitching against Tulane, and then you'll see Paul Skeens on today, or even
yesterday.
Ty Floyd, and then on yesterday. Correct. I'm sorry. Now the question remains: who? Was pitching Skeens in game one versus Tulane a bad move?
I don't think so. For one, it guaranteed that you stayed out of the eliminations bracket.
Mhm.
And for two, seeing how things played out this weekend with the weather delay yesterday, and the weather delay today, you would have been pitching Paul Skeens on Sunday for only 3 innings. And there's no guarantee that you would have seen him pitch again in this regional. So by pitching him on Friday, you guaranteed that you got your ace and that were able to stay out of the elimination bracket. I mean, you didn't have to use anybody out your bullpen. You saved all your arms and you stayed out of the eliminations bracket. Now, I understand the argument that you should have been able to beat Tulane with Thatcher Hurd or with Ty Floyd or something. I get that, but at the same time, you kept Paul on his schedule, and at the same time, you stayed out of elimination bracket, and you guaranteed your ace for the week, that you were able to get your ace for the regional weekend. Looking back at it now, that wouldn't have been a guarantee if you would have waited to pitch him in game 2.
Yeah. I agree. That was kind of the sentiment I took. But I also got another way to look at it, because I try to think about this kind of, devil's advocate. Let's say maybe this was forward thinking. You pitch Paul the first game in the regionals. You pitch him the first game in Super, and you kind of give him a little bit more time. You also possibly can give him more chances at breaking the record, because he could actually pitch possibly 2 times in Omaha if they make the Omaha.
Yeah, and well, not just that, but let's say you have to win 2 games tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now by pitching him Friday, you can bring him in for a few innings of relief and short rest because you pitched him Friday. If you would have waited to pitch him in game 2, which would have been today, then there's no way that you could bring him in tomorrow on short rest if he would have pitched yesterday.
Correct.
So I mean, I just think that by throwing him first, you keep all your options on the table for the rest of the games that could follow behind in that regional. So I know it was disappointing for a lot of people who thought that they were going to see Hurd first, and especially when you compare to what some other teams did. I know a lot of LSU fans were looking at no other team is doing that for their regional, things of that nature. But other teams have kind of deeper rotations or deeper bullpens than us. So you kind of can't compare team to team. It's kind of individual basis. But I think Jay Johnson did what was right for his team, and it's so far it's shown to be true.
Yeah. I do want to give an update. After review, it was a rule that the fly ball was dropped. Runners on first and second, 1 out. You got Tommy White at the plate in a 1-1 count. Now back to what you were saying. Speaking of that, Auburn is now, even though they were regional hosts, they are now at home for the rest of the NCAA tournament. Oklahoma State, who was also a regional host, is now at home for the rest of the tournament. Clemson, who was a regional host, is now at home for the rest of the tournament. And if the weather clears up, Vanderbilt looks like they're going to be at home for the rest of the tournament.
Did Arkansas get sent home?
Arkansas got beat today, but that was against game 1 of their.
So they're in elimination.
Their
game
first.
right now.
They're in
Okay.
the elimination game. Yeah. So interesting, very interesting. It's been some big surprises, man. I think we both kind of saw an avenue where Southern Miss could win and beat Auburn. I don't think anybody predicted that Penn would beat Auburn.
Yeah, that was.
So Penn beat Auburn. Sanford beat Southern Miss. So Auburn and Southern Miss ended up meeting in the elimination bracket, and Southern Miss put Auburn out very convincingly at that. Very convincingly. Tommy White down on strikes. Is now first and second, 2 outs. 2 on, 2 outs.
Trey Morgan up to bat.
Trey Morgan. Let's see, Trey. Trey has he's had a.
All we need is a single, though. Honestly,
Yeah.
you get a run in.
Yeah, Trey has not. Yeah, he's not been as good today. So
Trying to make up for it right here.
yeah. I agree. I love to see it.
But looking forward, if LSU does make it out of this regional, it looks like they'll be facing off against Kentucky or Indiana. That's who made it to the finals of that regional.
Mhm.
Indiana's down 16-6 right now in the bottom of the ninth, and if Indiana wins some miraculous comeback, 11 runs in the bottom of the ninth, then they'll move on. If not, they'll have one more game to see who will move on to face the Baton Rouge regional winner. Kentucky came alive today. They bats came alive. Speaking of coming alive, though, Trey Richardson from TCU. Hey, I don't have a cap on, but man, cool. 11 RBIs. He hit 2 grand slams before the second inning was over.
Oh, Trey Morgan with a single. It got 8 up the shortstop. They couldn't score, but they got the bases loaded with 2 outs.
Okay.
All the runners advanced.
Come on, Travinsky.
Oh, this will be big for Travinsky. He's been huge today. So Travinsky is somebody who's bat. You speaking of you're talking about bat coming alive. Travinsky has been phenomenal. He's hit in his limited time this season. He's hit 9 home runs, I believe. He's just been a monster. He's somebody who's moved up from batting ninth to batting cleanup in the order.
Yeah.
So it's great to see Travinsky up doing this thing.
He's second on the team in average behind Dylan Cruz. He's hitting over 400 this year.
427.
Mhm.
427, 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. And if by any chance we can get to 10 home runs and 31 RBIs.
I don't even need it. I just need a single, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
I ain't even gonna get greedy. Just give me a single.
All right. Down 0-2. So 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hayden Travinsky, he's 3 for 5. Oh, he's 3 for 5 bases loaded this season. 6 RBIs. So let's see. Power of the mustache. Let's go. Okay. It's a ball. 1-2. Oh, speaking of that, Texas just looks like Texas just eliminated Miami.
Yeah.
And Tennessee also has advanced. So, Vanderbilt has been eliminated.
Who took Van down?
Xavier.
Wow.
Vanderbilt is eliminated. Texas.
Wow.
Texas has eliminated Miami. Stanford and Texas A&M are now playing in that region.
Yeah, UNC got eliminated earlier. Iowa eliminated them.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, bottom of the 7th, Indiana State is up 11-8, but Iowa has the bottom half. So
yeah,
Indiana State looking like they could be moving on if they can hold on. Tennessee will be playing the winner out of either Southern Miss or Penn.
Let's go. I'll take a walk right here. Let's go.
Yes. Just protect the plate. All you got to do is Stravinsky.
But I will say,
that's all right.
You haven't used your bullpen yet because you've gotten such a great performance today from Hurd and
Floyd. I do want to say,
Floyd with 3 great innings, but Hurd coming in with and giving you 5, looking like he could probably give you 6 innings, and then Skeen's going complete game Friday. You haven't touched your bullpen yet. So although we know they've been kind of a roller coaster. If you could get through this regional with only having to throw your bullpen, 3 or 4 innings, look, Jay Johnson looking like a genius.
Yeah. I do want to say because I know we've been talking about Thatcher Hurd, how great he's looked. Ty Floyd coming in, and he had some up and downs, but he was consistent. He was under control. He kept the game and in the reach. And then Ty Floyd has given up some big scores and stuff, but he's come in. He's giving you 5 innings, 12 strikeouts.
Crazy.
And there has been times where it looked like this game was going to get blown out of proportion. It looked like we were going to, definitely lose.
Yeah, after that first half inning, it looked like it was going to be rough, but he settled down.
Yeah. So, definitely, saying kudos to both those guys. And like you said, Jay Johnson looking a lot smarter than a lot of people want to give him credit for. So, hey, I don't want to leave baseball top half to this. We can finish the top half of this. I guess we can stay here at baseball before we move on because I do want to finish this. I want to see how this plays out. Hopefully, we're 3 outs away from moving on. Gavin Guidry is in the game to try to get the save.
First time you went to your bullpen.
First time you've gone to your bullpen. You got freshman Gavin Guidry coming out. He's 3-0 on the season, 3.72, 19 and third innings. He's only given up 13 hits, 29 strikeouts, and 11 walks. So let's see what we can do. Gavin Guidry has looked very impressive coming out of the bullpen as well. But Gavin Guidry is one of those guys that we thought would be coming in playing the field, not necessarily coming in as a pitcher. And his first throw is a strike, a nice little bender. Getting across. Oh no, we knew that. I'm sorry. I was gonna say USM beat Sanford, but we knew that. So all right. So it's 1-1 there. South Carolina took out Campbell. They have advanced to the Super Regionals, and they're awaiting the winner of the Texas Tech Florida.
Florida 4-0 right now.
Yeah, Florida's up 4-0 in the top of the 8th. So that looks like that's going to be going down to tomorrow. And see if Texas Tech can take them out. Speaking of that, I do want to talk about Florida for a second. This entire regional, Florida has scored a grand total of, they scored 3 against FAMU. They scored 4 against Texas Tech, and they scored 8 against UConn.
Let's go.
All right. Gavin Guidry with another K for the LSU pitching staff.
Let's go.
So we got 2 outs. 2 outs left to finish this thing off.
Our boy Guidry coming in meaning business.
All right. Strike on the first pitch against the second batters. Oh, right over the hands of Neil Pope at second. Neil Pope came in to replace Dugas at the
Let's turn 2.
Yep, so turn 2 and end this off. But the ball get hit by I think that's Hayes from Oregon State. It just got over the glove of Neil Pope over at second. Chance Babin came in and said no pressure from the freshman. Hey, let's go. I'm with you. No pressure.
Let's go.
Ooh, Brady Casper. He's already hit 1 home run today. Been walked twice. Let's see if we can go ahead and get him.
3 batters, 3 first pitch strikes. Impressive.
All right, we'll go Guidry.
Let's go.
Ooh, 0-2. Let's go. If we can get Casper out here against Casper, would be huge. Huge. Casper has been a thorn in the side all day. Oh, they tried to turn two. They got the lead runner at second. The umpires ruled that the runner at first is safe. That one is looks like it's probably going to be reviewed. The umpires are reviewing it. Yeah, he's safe. He's safe. Barely safe. Good throw by Thompson. That's good though. We still got one on with 2 outs. So this one's still technically still under review, but from my eyes, yep. He's in there. Barely in there. Yep, they ruled it safe. So 2 outs. Let's go. I do want to say that on the day, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Oregon State has 13 hits. They've only generated 5 runs off of that.
Correct.
LSU has 10 hits with 6 runs. Neither team has an error. I could be wrong.
LSU got one.
LSU has 1 error. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
LSU has 1 error. But it comes down to here.
LSU got 18 strikeout. LSU struck out 18. Oregon State has struck out 12. LSU has walked 5 batters. Oregon State has walked 4. LSU with 27 total bases. Oregon State with 25.
All right. LSU first pitch there. Guidry threw it as a ball, but it did get away from Travinsky, and the runner advanced to second. So we do
running scoring position.
We need to. He's got to get either a punch out or a grounder. Because a base hit could be a tie-up ball game. And LSU will have a chance. If that does happen, LSU will have a chance at the bottom. I'm not even sure who it left off on. Trey Moore, it left off on, no, not Trey Travinsky. So it'll be Beloso up the bat. Beloso does have 1 home run, and if I'm not
might
mistaken,
not be needed, big dog.
Let's see. All right, we're at a 1-2.
One more strike from the freshman.
Yep. But yeah, as I was saying, hold on, let's see.
Sit him down.
Here you go. There you go. And that's it. That's the ball game.
Sit him down.
That is ball game.
LSU gets to wait to see who they will be playing tomorrow for a chance to advance to the Super Regionals.
If I'm not mistaken, that game tomorrow is at 7 o'clock. 8. I'm sorry, at 2 o'clock.
It's at 2. It's at 2. Yeah.
So
my guy Chance Babin said he's a sophomore now.
He
grew up that having it, huh, Chance? Hell of a performance by the Tigers today, man.
Hey, and as you just said, Jay Johnson looks like a hell of a orchestrator. You've only used 1 pitch out of your bullpen, and you are now 1 win away from going to the Super Regionals. Yes, sir. Now you'll wait the game tonight, the winner of the game tonight, which is out of Oregon State and Sam Houston. In game 1, Oregon State beat Sam Houston 18-2. So, bad part about that, Sam Houston cannot take those games. I mean, I'm sorry, Oregon State cannot take those runs with them. So, there you go. But big win by the Tigers to move on up. Waiting one more win away from moving on to Super Regionals. All right, man. Let's talk some basketball, man. Or do you got anything else you want to talk about this game or recap
Oh
of
no,
it?
I'm good. I'm good. Great win. Great win.
All right, man. Let's talk a little basketball. Got the NBA Finals should be getting ready to start here soon.
That's already started, my
Oh,
boy.
it's already started. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I ain't.
Yeah, you tripping. It's
No.
64, 62.
I see. Well,
The time change messing you up.
yeah. For those of you who don't know, I am on the road again. It is what 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
It's 6:30. Yeah. I'm looking at the sun's still out.
Yeah.
I almost didn't get this thing scheduled in time. What's good, Josh? Josh joins us. Josh was he was over there sweating the win before he jumped in here. But we got it going. So NBA Finals, man. The question I had, because I did not think we would be here, after watching game one, and I guess where we're at now, with the 2-point game in the third quarter, I think it's like 9 minutes and some change in the third quarter. Do you think Miami can string enough together, string together some wins and make this a series or make it competitive?
Yep. I mean, when you look at what happened game one, Denver took advantage of a mismatch they had inside with the size advantage, and Miami missed a whole bunch of shots. I mean, you look at it, Caleb Martin, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, none of them really had Duncan Robinson, none of them really had good games. And just the law of averages of the fact of all them guys missing all those shots isn't going to happen too often. So I think that was just a bad game for them and a good game from Denver. When you look at what they were able to do this game, inserting Kevin Love in the offense, I mean, the starting lineup to get more size, get more rebounds, kind of throw another body at Jokic and kind of negate some of that size advantage with Aaron Gordon and Jokic inside. I mean, and plus he has the ability to knock down shots. He's knocked down 2 3-pointers in this game. So I think they kind of just had to see what Denver was going to do, and Spoelstra was just trying to figure out what his counter to that was, and I think he's found it now. And it looked like even if they don't win this game, they found something to kind of answer what Denver's going to do.
Yeah. So it's just the file they're looking now to figure out what's going on. Gabe Vincent has 18 points already in this game. He came into the game with he went into game one, finished game one with 19, so he's already ahead.
I mean, look at Strus. Strus got 14 right now.
Yeah. So Nick, what's good, Nick? Nick can't chime in and say I don't think last game was a good Denver game. LOL. Honestly, Rev said the same thing. I actually watched the game with Rev, and Rev was saying the same thing. He was like, "Look, neither team is shooting well this game." So,
yeah, but Jokic didn't even take a shot to 3 seconds left in the first quarter. So I mean that.
Yeah. Miak Mike, what's good, man? Miak said if it's going to be a series, Miami has to win tonight. I can agree on that.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
I do.
I mean, they're going back to Miami for 2. The role player is going to play better in Miami anyway. And then you have to worry about the Miami flu that happens to all away teams when they go to Miami. They role players and some of their players ain't going to play as well in Miami. So I ain't going to say that the series over.
No, I don't think he's saying it's over. He's just saying that if it's going to be a series that they need to win tonight.
I mean, they could win. They could go down 0-2 and then win 2 in Miami. It's 2-2. It's still a series. Now, I would say they got to win game 1 in Miami if it's going to be a series, no matter what.
I'm trying to figure out now what they're doing. They're trying to assess what what kind of foul it's going to be.
That should be a clear path.
Yeah. I got my volume off, so I can't see what they saw.
Yeah, me too.
I can't see.
Man, I need Jimmy Butler to not get another assist for the rest of the game.
You got the under.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Hey, one thing I do want to say. Watching the game one, Jokic got away. They did call a clear path. So Jokic got away with a lot of charges, a lot of tick attack fouls, a lot of stuff under the basket, especially under the basket.
Mm-hmm. I
So
think that's why he doesn't care. Like, I think the fact that he's considered unathletic, you know what I mean? Like, and all that, I think that plays into his ability to get away with stuff like that. Because he's kind of seen as this like slow, unathletic, just plundering along type of player, you know what I mean? Who can't really control, so I think that kind of plays into his advantage.
yeah.
Tied up.
Side game now.
But yeah, I got a parlay for the game tonight. I got Porter Jr. under 16.5 points. I got Kevin Love over 4.5 points. I got Jamal Murray 2.5 made threes, over 2.5 made threes, and Jokic over half a steal, and Jimmy Butler under 6.5 assists. So far, the only one I'm worried about, Jimmy Butler assists.
And let me guess, he got 6.
He got 6.
Oh, good
He
move.
had 4 in the first half.
Gotta make it though. Gotta make those. All right, man.
Oh, and I took Miami +8. But yeah, I think we'll be good block. They called a foul on that. But I think it's gonna be a better series than the game we saw game one. Me personally, but we'll see.
Yeah, he hit his wrist.
Oh, they called it on. Okay, I thought they called it on Struz. They called it on Vincent. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the ball was already gone. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
You seen these coaching hires, man? What you think about them?
I haven't. I actually haven't seen the coaches hire. All I
Monty
saw
Williams,
was
the highest paid coach in history.
I did see Monty Williams at Detroit. That's the one I actually like. That one. I think Monty definitely deserves
The
kudos.
highest paid coach in history, though.
I don't know about that part, but so he definitely deserves the opportunity. I think he'll do good things with that young core. Now, other than that, I have not seen any other coach.
I think they just wanted money and was like, we got to make him say yes. So, you know what I mean? Like, what's the number it'll take for you to say yes? But so yeah, money to the Pistons, and his replacement in Phoenix, somebody you're familiar with, Frank Vogel.
Okay, interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
The Nick Nurse replacement for Doc Rivers in Philadelphia. We talked about Adrian Griffin last show getting hired by the Bucks, but so far that's all the ones. And then you've had some assistant coaches be hired. Sam Cassell's going to the Celtics as an assistant coach, which is a great hire in my opinion. Great hire. James Borrego is going to Pelicans as an assistant. I forgot who. James Borrego. He was the Hornets coach when they made the playoffs the last couple of years. He's a great offensive minded coach. Kevin Young stayed with Phoenix, like Nick said. He got a big raise. He's the highest paid assistant in the league. And somebody else hired an assistant coach. I can't remember who it is right now, off the top of my head. But yeah, it's been some interesting hires for sure.
Yeah, I have to do some research and look into those. But yeah,
Frank Vogel to Phoenix definitely is gonna make them a better defensive team, though, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta look. Like I said, I gotta look more into it. I don't even know who, like Phoenix wise, who's like contract, like because I know
they got everybody under contract.
Everybody on the contract. They're gonna do something though. That's a good question.
Yeah, they got. You'll see. This is my thing with Phoenix. If they make that trade in the offseason, they're a better team than they did by making it at the deadline. Because if you make it in the offseason, you're able to sign a whole bunch of vet free agents at vet minimum contracts to fill around the team.
Mhm.
You know, you can go get some Malik Monk type, shooting type guys, kind of like the Lakers did. But if you do it during the season, there's no free agents available. There's no Jay Crowder, there's no Wes Matthew type. You know what I mean? There's none of those type guys available.
Nick say the new CBA is effed up. LOL.
I'll keep my comments to myself on that.
Hey, let me ask you this. Kevin Love. Let me ask you this. Have you seen the U.S. women's 3-on-3?
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Cameron Brink and Haley Van Lith was eating.
Doing it. But they ended up winning gold in the FIBA World Cup. Brink, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, Brink ended up getting the MVP for that. Haley Van Lith had a solid I don't know what you call it, series or tournament. Yeah. Very solid tournament. It's definitely should make good play. Good defensive play by Caldwell Pope. But it should definitely give LSU fans something to be happy about. But the USA men actually lost and ended up with silver in the 3-on-3. I don't even know who was on that team.
Jimmer Fredette. He missed a shot at the end that would have gave the U.S. the gold.
Oh, Jimmer said something recently. I can't remember what it was. He had some comments or something that was kind of controversial, but Jimmer.
I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself about Jimmer Fredette.
I tell you what, one thing I have noticed, Miami is playing a lot better defensively this game.
Yeah, because they got more guys out there.
Yeah.
They can do a little bit more. There ain't as many mismatches for Denver to take advantage of.
Yeah, and Jokic is definitely he's bothered by a lot of those moves. Because every time it goes out of bounds or something, they rule against him. He's crying. He's throwing his hands in the air.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of basketball, you had some great WNBA action today.
Let's talk about it. Because I got one I want to talk about.
Okay, what you got?
Chicago Sky.
Yeah. Kalia Copper.
Listen. The Liberty. Liberty has probably been the second hottest team or best team, in my opinion.
Second best team for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, behind the Aces. But they were up by 19. Chicago Sky made a comeback. 19-point deficit came back to beat the hot Liberty team.
Behind Kalia Copper, who hell of a performance. She showed why she's one of the great young scorers in the league that we have. But game one, dominant performance by the Sun over the Wing. The Wing came back late to kind of make it a game, but he had a big game from Brianna Jones and the Sun. You mentioned the Sky and the Liberty, which was a great game, honestly, as far as action and the comeback. Kalia Copper, Courtney Williams, big performances for the Sky. And then you mentioned the Aces. They had to have a comeback of their own against the Indiana Fever of all teams. Indiana Fever gave up a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter to the Aces, who were able to keep their unbeaten streak alive. But the Indiana Fever, a lot of people thought that they would be the worst team in the league. But man, that's a young, scrappy team who kind of doesn't know what they don't know in a sense. And they're just out there playing. They're out there having fun, playing hard, and they got some talented young players with obviously Aaliyah Boston, but Nalissa Smith as well. And they're gonna be a hard out every night for no matter who they play. So that's gonna be a fun team to watch going forward. And yesterday, shout out to the Minnesota Lynx for getting into the win column. They was able to beat the Mystics in a somewhat of an upset. And then the Sparks last night was able to get a win too. But it's been some good ball in the W, man, for sure.
All right, man. What's the upcoming game that you got on your radar that you want to see?
Man, honestly, I'm looking forward to this. I think the Sparks got the Aces again coming up. Let me double check. Hold on. That's a good matchup. Let's see. My bad. Not the Sparks. The Sun. The Sun played the Aces on Tuesday. So in my opinion, that's the two of the three best teams right now. The Suns arguably right there with the Liberty as the second best team. But that's gonna be two teams that's been in the finals the past couple of years and perennial powers in the W. So that's their first time facing off this year. So that'll be a good one on Tuesday. And then on they play again on Thursday. So back-to-back matchups for them two teams. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to this week.
All right. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Hey, I do want to give an update. Wake Forest has advanced as well in the Super Regions. They'll be waiting the winner of the Tuscaloosa Regional, which is Alabama and BC left in that one. In the Gainesville region, it's top of the ninth. Florida is up 4-1. And top of the ninth, which Texas Tech is up batting. I have to check in on that. In the Stanford Regional, it's top of the second. Texas A&M is up 4-2 in that one.
And for no Texas team to host a regional, it's gonna be a lot of Texas teams playing the Supers.
Big facts. Big facts. In the Stillwater Regional, the bottom of the second, you've got Oral Roberts up 3-1 on DBU.
Shocker.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see who else is currently playing. Bottom of the ninth, Indiana State is up 11-8 on Iowa. So it looks like, unless barring a miracle, I got to look and see. Hold on, let's if I could dive more into that one. Let's see. So I'm trying to dive into to see what's the looks like it's one out in that one. One out and nobody on. Yep, it's one out, nobody on. So looks like Indiana State is in a good position to take that one. Let's see who else is Fayetteville in the elimination to see who's going to play TCU tomorrow. You got Arkansas and Santa Clara. Arkansas is up 3-0 in the bottom of the third. And that is it for baseball at this time.
Hey, so back to the finals real quick.
Yes, sir.
You have two players for the Denver Nuggets with a plus in the starting lineup. Aaron Gordon is a +1, and Jamal Murray is a +9. Everybody in Miami's starting lineup is in the plus. With Kevin Love being a +16, Gabe Vincent +11, Max Strus +10.
What a steal!
So I think the difference
What a block!
The difference in the series is the bench and the depth of Denver, because we've seen that.
Come on, Jokic. They would not call a foul on Jokic. He would not get an offensive foul.
Dang, Jimmy got his 7.
I was just about to tell you, yeah. I was just about to tell you. Yep. Go ahead, pull you up another one. Me at Mike chimed in a little bit earlier ago. He said Jimmy Butler hasn't looked right in the last 5 games. He almost looked like a role player now. If it wasn't for Gabe Vincent, these guys would be getting washed.
I ain't gonna say he look like a role player. The man got 13 and 7.
I think another thing that's probably affected today, look like Adebayo is forcing Jokic to play on both ends a lot more.
That was a bad shot.
Yeah, well, he's bodying up Jokic on the offensive side, and Jokic gonna come down and. Yep, man. Want to talk a little NFL real quick?
Yeah, that's cool.
Tom Brady came out and said, "Oh yeah, I'm done. I am." His exact words was, "He's certain he's done." I want to ask a question now. That now, say hindsight 2020. We can Monday morning or Sunday. I guess you could say Sunday evening quarterback this thing. I don't know all the circumstances behind the divorce, but it was speculation about or it was a story come out that she wanted him to stop focusing on football so much and focus more on the family. He got divorced and he retired. So it looked like optics. He played football so he can get divorced one last year. I'm just saying because he retired. He came out of retirement to play one more year that caused the divorce.
He was like, "Oh, if I play one more year, that'll get her out of here." Oh, okay.
You pick up another helmet. See what happened. Oh, word. But nah, man. He Tom Brady he had a good career, a great career,
a good career,
great career.
You said that like he was a 4-year pro in the league.
Yeah, but nah, he had a great career. He literally, him and Bron were like what they've done as far as like longevity of the career is probably unrivaled. But seriously, man, like him hanging it up, I don't know. I don't know how it's going. I don't know what football gonna look like without him.
It'll be just fine to me.
It'll be fine. It's just gonna be different.
Different ain't always bad. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, right. Good shot by Lowry.
Jimmy got 8 assists now.
All right,
hey, y'all just keep it within 8 so I can win one of these bets. The Aces. Good defense. Bad offense. But yeah, the Aces got me, man. I had them -10.
They call an offensive foul on Lowry for pushing off on Jokic, but they won't call nothing. Boy.
Hey, man, you in Denver, bro. You in Denver, dog. You can't expect to get it. I know, but hey, like as a basketball player, I would never expect to get that call on the road. Now, honestly, I don't know.
Hey, man, I'm gonna move on. Josh McDaniels Josh McDaniels came out and said he's not concerned over the possibility of Jimmy G missing the entire season.
They call that on Zealous, dog.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you,
Hold on. Josh McDaniels said what? He missed the entire season.
He's not concerned over the possibility of Jimmy G missing the entire season.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would hope not. It shouldn't be. He shouldn't miss the whole season, should he? But my thing is, Jimmy G waited to offseason to have the surgery, which put his start of the season in jeopardy. So how do you feel about that? You know what I mean? Like, that's the real question. And how do you feel about trading away a quarterback or getting rid of a quarterback and bringing in a guy who ain't even going to be ready at the beginning of the season? That's the bigger question. And that dude good, bro.
Jokic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. It just drives me nuts. No, man. Anyway, man, because this gonna. Hey, so Josh Harris. Josh Harris is the billionaire who's about to buy the Commanders. But he's basically taking another step in acquiring the Commanders from the Snyders. I forget what it is. They're like restructure the paperwork or something, like the way they have to structure the wording and stuff like that. So they're getting that taken care of. And they hope to be able to get that sale done and approved. Hoping they get that sale approved in the up and coming weeks.
Yeah.
So I had to look up Josh Harris, who he was. He also owns the Philadelphia 76ers and the New Jersey Devils. So it's like he's from Chevy Chase, Maryland. I didn't know that was a place. Yeah. That's his hometown.
Is that the former Duke player?
I don't know if he's a former Duke player or not. He's a billionaire, though.
Okay, no, that's not the same one.
Oh, hold on.
I was thinking of Brian Davis. That's who I was thinking of. The one who came in with the $7 billion cash offer. That's what I was thinking about.
Okay. 7 billion cash?
And he didn't get the team.
Yeah. It's that went to basically this group that with Magic Johnson in it, who is very minority. They don't even mention Magic Johnson's name in the articles anymore about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I could have sworn. So never mind. I ain't getting into that shit tonight.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, his name is barely mentioned.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Hey, NHL, have you looked at the Stanley Cup this year?
Yeah, I know Vegas have won nothing. That's all I know.
Yeah, Vegas. This is their second time in the Stanley Cup, and since their basically creation, which is what 3 years ago.
4 years ago, if I'm not
4 years ago. I know I think if I'm not mistaken, they didn't win, but they went to.
No, they got whooped the first time.
They went to the Stanley Cup in their inaugural season, and now they're back again. They are up 1-0 with they won 5-2 the other night.
Florida Panthers. Yep.
Florida Panthers. Is it weird to you, man, that the Stanley Cup is behind the NBA as far as like scheduling wise? Because usually the NHL is like they're always kind of neck and neck, but the NHL always finishes like a week or two ahead of NBA.
Well, yeah, I think the play-in games push some of that back. You kind of push the NBA playoffs back a week with the play-in games and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, but the NBA is still ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying the NBA is ahead because, well, for one, the Western Conference sweep. You know what I mean? You had a lot of sweeps and stuff like that. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, you had a lot of games go 7 games. I mean, you had the Stars go 7 with the Avalanche. You've had the go 7. The Florida Panthers went 7 with Boston. You know what I mean? You had a lot of game 7s in Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, we hadn't talked a lot of hockey this as far as this postseason. Like we did, like we talked about last year. We hadn't talked a lot about it this year. Who you got though?
That's a serious question.
Yeah, who you got? Vegas or Florida?
Yeah, Vegas. Florida lucky to even be there. I mean, that's kind of like this Denver Miami series.
Miami lucky to be there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got anything else before we go to altar call?
Yeah, I do. So my guy Jesse Butler from West Monroe had his first UFC fight yesterday. He got called up on a Tuesday or Wednesday to fly to Vegas and fight Jim Miller, the most experienced MMA fighter in UFC history. And although it didn't end well for my guy Jesse, he got knocked out in the first round. I will say congratulations for getting that call. Now you know what it's like to fight at that level, and I know you'll be back and be hungrier than ever. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. But I know you'll still do big things, my boy.
Hey, ain't nothing to hang your head about in a knockout. Especially getting called up last minute like that. Yeah, it's
for sure.
You know what I'm saying, stacked against you. Definitely look forward to seeing him, you know what I'm saying, do better as time goes on and he gets that experience and stuff. So
yeah, I think that's how he needed to get his feet wet at that level, and get that motivation and that drive to see where he need to be. You know, and now that he know where he need to be, he'll get there.
Yeah. So Tyler Hero, I meant to mention, it was said he was supposed to be back. He was possibly could have been back to game 2. I think he's supposed to be back
game 3.
Game 3 in Miami. So, man, what in the world do these referees?
That's a foul, bro. That's a foul. That's a mismatch, though, bro. You got Kyle Lowry on Jeff Green. That's a mismatch.
Yeah, but golly, man. All right, man. Let me hit this music, man, before I lose my mind over here. All right. We'll flip a coin, and you want to go first?
I'll go first.
All
right. So I need Eli Drinkowitz, Nick Saban, and everybody else who been calling out NIL these last few days to come down to the front. I'm tired of us complaining about NIL. I'm tired of us complaining about college players getting paid. I'm tired of us saying that we're giving millions of dollars to people who can't handle having money at that age. I'm tired of complaining about the amount of money that these players are getting paid, especially by coaches who are getting paid millions of dollars because of the players. I'm tired of people saying 18 to 21-year-olds don't deserve millions before they've done anything to earn it. I'm tired of people saying that they aren't old enough to be able to handle that kind of money. We're throwing money into people's faces who can't handle that type of money and these things. How old is Coco Gauff? How old was Naomi Osaka whenever she won? How old was Freddie Adu whenever he signed a professional soccer contract? How old was Michelle Wee whenever she was on the cover of magazines in the face of the LPGA Tour? It seems like we have a problem with players getting money when they come from a certain background and whenever they're not playing these country club sports. The problem isn't the age or the amount of money. The problem is the people who are making the money. Y'all want to keep these people down as long as y'all can. And the fact that they are able to make money off their name, image, and likeness is killing y'all because you can't do anything about it. Y'all love capitalism. Y'all love a free market society, except for whenever it doesn't benefit you. I'm tired of it. Let these players do what they want. Show the video, Pooh. This is what NIL does. You have an athlete who's made a name for herself, Caitlin Clark, who's got people lined up around the block to meet her and to get her autograph. If she wants to make money off of that, then albeit do it, woman. I'm all for it. You deserve to be able to make money off of all of these people who want to meet you and who want your autograph. That's what NIL is about. Stop complaining, Eli Drinkowitz. Stop complaining, Nick Saban, because a few 18 to 21-year-olds are getting some money that they deserve. And we keep saying we're paying players before they deserve it. When will they deserve it? Because if I'm not mistaken, we pay NFL draft picks and NBA draft picks before they play a down or play a minute in their respective leagues. So how is it any different? Quit complaining about NIL and give these players what they deserve.
Woo. That was a doors of churches open. I'll just say that. Excellent points. My altar call today. I actually surprised myself. I want to talk about the soccer players who walked off the field. There's videos been going around on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, social media, all over. There was an African. I think it was a soccer. I think he was the manager, the coach of the soccer team, and he was getting into it with the referee because the referee used a racial slur towards him. Then the other team walked off the pitch. So I was going to bring that up and talk about it. So I started looking it up, and when I looked it up, there were 2 more instances of this happening. One in the MLS and one in Germany. I'm sorry, one with the German soccer club. The one in the MLS was 2 days ago with the West Ham versus the Dallas Football Club. And basically, one of the players for the Dallas United, Dallas United and West Ham said a former player for West Ham said basically he made the trip to represent the English club, said a Dallas United player used a racial slur against him. So at that point, basically his team, they walked off because they weren't going to stand for it. Then on the international side, in Hamburg, Germany, a lower level German soccer team, basically they're being punished because they stopped in protest after what they call racist abuse was being directed at their team captain, Marcus Coffey, who is black. They walked off the field. They walked off the pitch. Once that happened, they are now being punished by the league and saying that they shouldn't have walked off the field or shouldn't have walked off the pitch. But here's the problem. I was looking for one particular story and then popped up 2 or 3 more. And we all know, we always talk about, racism in life and racism in sports. And then when we bring it up, we're always told, stop playing the race card, stop bringing up racism, stop, stick to sports. But it keeps happening over and over and over. And I'm looking for one story and 3 more pop up. That's just like, and unfortunately, we talk about school shootings or we talk about mass shootings, and you have to say which one. Why does this keep coming up? At some point, something has to be done. I don't know. We just can't keep ignoring situations and thinking that, hey, if we just ignore it, it'll go away. It's not. It keeps happening. Stop saying or believing that it's just going to go away. It's not. So, hey, do what you got to do, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what to say after this, but I don't know. If we stop supporting some of these ideologies, I don't know if that'll make things better, but we just gotta do something. I don't know. You on mute, man.
That's all facts, bro. We gotta do something.
Yeah. So it's crazy to like. I literally it blew my mind because I was literally like, man, I was like, man, it's crazy. And I actually want to talk about how I was very impressed with how in the video, the viral video where the coach is upset about it, the other team walked off and said, we're not going to stand for racism, even against our opponent. And I was going to give them kudos for that, for standing up. But then these other stories popped up, and it's like,
yeah,
so
sad, bro.
Yep. So, but hey, we're the problem if we bring it up.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I think last I checked,
Miami up.
Yeah, that was just what we get to. Miami's up 88-85, 9:43 left in the fourth. See if they can finish this off, make it a series.
Definitely look like it so far. If at least it look like they're gonna stand and fight, and it won't be a series of blowouts.
Yeah, man. Let's get ready to get up out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what time. Because when I'm out here, I don't know what time. So it'll be 8 or 9, one of them two. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Have a good conversation. I'm ready to talk about FAMU, man. They lost.
It was
they fought.
respectable.
Very respectable, man. I'm looking forward to seeing FAMU, baseball do better. I don't know if this is the first time, but we had a HBCU baseball coach get pulled into one of the major conferences.
A former.
I'm sorry,
HBCU
former HBCU baseball coach. So,
but it still reflects well on HBCU sports.
So, looking forward to having those conversations tomorrow, man. And
we're gonna talk over unders.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that. That was a good conversation, and I got something to say about people and they feelings.
Oh
too.
Lord,
y'all can be ready. I'm.
Oh Lord, let me have that disclaimer ready too.
You can have it ready. You need to give them a disclaimer. If your feelings are hurt, go well. But all right, man. You got anything else before we get up out of here?
No, that's all I got.
All right. See y'all again on Wednesday like that. We out. This show was presented by betonline.ag. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitter at Golden Boot. On Instagram at Golden Boot. On YouTube at The Golden Boot Pod.